Greetings, Earthlings et al. As a geriatric millennial, it's scientifically proven that I'm one of the least cool people to have ever existed. But to all you Zoomers out there, I actually grew up in the 90s. You know you want what I got, which is, slightly less crippling anxiety. Years ago, when there was still a semblance of youth trickling through my now cold veins, I bought this retro tape deck clutch bag. However, it's this super hard plastic box and slightly too small to be actually functional. Also, the spelling is a little bit, hinky. So I was thinking of recreating this thing in actual textiles so I can wear it out. By out, I mean into the living room while rewatching Twilight. Team Jacob. 2012 Rage Bait. I want to keep the construction relatively simple to focus on the outside graphics. I accessed the secret door, which leads to my stash, to discover I only had this thrifted black poly/cotton blend sheet, which is very flimsy, yet at least won't pill too bad. I'm gonna back it with cotton canvas, a half-inch seam allowance shorter on all sides to reduce bulk, and quilt it to bind it together. I'm doing that by measuring 2 inches apart by a 45-degree angle and sewing across with a 4mm stitch length. Call it the Fast and the Furious Quilting Part 19, Classy Broad. There are so many cassette designs out there, which is really fun. I actually like the concept of mine where it just says tape. No fuss, no muss, straight to the point. Just like I like my toast and squirrel stew. However, for me, handwriting printed text is super challenging, so I need to simplify the amount of words. I also need to mix up the color scheme because I don't even have anything in red in my scrap collection for laundry trauma reasons. I actually like this inspo. It's relatively uncomplicated and easy on the eyes. I need to start with a digital mock-up so I can try to get the proportions generally right. I'm going to start with the basic construction. For these chunks here, I'll use some faux leather to mix up the texture. I'll glue it as well as reinforce it with a 4mm straight stitch or a tight zigzag to mix up the visual texture. While I respect the effort of this situation, I want to de-wagon wheelify my version. I'll use my trusty circle template to draw a circle with 6 spokes. These were such good finger-poking holes back in the day. If you know, you know. I'm using some white cotton sheet, which I'll back with interfacing for stability. I also coated it in acrylic paint as primer. I'll draw out the shape and interface this without cutting the center out for now, just so it doesn't flop around aimlessly like me for most of my life. Is anyone else terrified of rotary cutters? Once I've decided on a layout, I'll secure that down. For the text, I think I'm going to try hand stitching with a satin stitch with an extra thick black thread. I've never done this before and I'm definitely not good at it. I'm doing it by hand for control because I want to save the wild, unpredictable ride of attempting to embroider with a regular machine for a hot Saturday night I'm not rewatching Twilight. Okay, well, I had to touch up the jankiness with a pen, which I promptly smudged, so I'm sewing a patch there instead. The rest I tackled by machine because can't stop, won't stop. Now to construct the bag with a lining and zip. I will link a really helpful video in the description box for how to do this. Instead of a wrist strap, I want to be able to use a crossbody strap, so I will need to make 2 tabs to attach 1/2-inch D-rings to either side. I'll reuse the strap that came with the original plastic purse. I'm not too bothered about the hardware matching perfectly. I have to get something off my chest. I don't really like Twilight. Or do I? It has aged well. Or has it? Well, regardless, now I have a possibly cool clutch bag to wear when I watch it. Or don't. Did this project turn out perfect? No, Bella, of course not. But I did enjoy examining my own demons while making this. Or vampires. Or werewolves? Take care!